The state of California had just executed an innocent man.
If tomorrow never comes, where will you be? What will you have done? If tomorrow never comes, where will you be? What will you have done? Have you seen where the rainbow ends? Do you know where the sunset's been? Did you listen to a dream? Do you even know? Do you know what I mean? If tomorrow never comes,
They want these gangs to keep going on. You know why? Because then they can build more penitentiaries, and then they can bondage more black men, women, and their children.
where will you be? What will you have done? I was born.
Outstanding turnout. It's wonderful, and what I like about it is you were seeing young people, older people, babies. People are bringing their families. So, it really puts the lie to what the district attorney said and what the LAPD said and what the governor said, that Stan's work was irrelevant, that nobody cared, and the people in the community didn't care about what he had to say and who he was. And we see now that everything they said was a lie.
Don't spend no money where black folk don't work. If you don't see us in there, don't spend your money, bro. We need jobs.
DNA did not match hair fibers. There were no hair fibers. Fingerprints were not found at the Stanley Tookie Williams case.
Do we know when our time began? Take us farther down this road than we've ever been. See, I know something's missing and someone's lost. Let's find our way to where we're free at any cost. If tomorrow never comes,
We see now that everything they said was a lie.
There was no DNA, according to them, that matched.
if tomorrow never comes,
This is Billy Broham with Hood News. I'm standing here with Mr. Willis. He's educating me and teaching me and showing me what I need to do to get this information out to you guys. I can't stay on DVD. I got to get to y'all, and that's what it's all about. Brothers coming together, It's an older brother with a younger brother, and that's what I love about this, man. I love my people.
where will you be? Where will you be?
Stanley Tookie Williams' so-called alleged murder scene, there was no hair fibers that matched.
What's up, y'all? Billy Broham with Hood News. We out here at Lamert Park right now. Got a big old rally, a big rally, a bunch of people out here for my boy Tookie Williams,
There was no skin up under the fingernails that matched. There was no fingerprints that matched. There was no accessory to the gun that matched in terms of the bullets. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things that did not match conclusively and exclusively. And that's the problem that we have here.
If they not killing us, what we doing? We killing each other.
We're having a problem with the fact that it wasn't beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt.
I have a statement that I'd like to read on behalf of several of our religious leaders in the community who too support clemency for Stan Tookie Williams. Even if granted clemency, we understand that Williams will spend the rest of his life in prison, where he will continue to be an effective deterrent to dissuade young men from ending up in the same place. We are hopeful that you will grant clemency to Stanley Tookie Williams in order to spare his life and this community.
In God we trust. We are people. In the Most High name we trust. We are people. Sacrificing our life. What? No more, no less.
America is established on breaking every penal code law that they have in the California statute here today. Are they guilty of murder? Yes, they are. They stand guilty. Are they guilty of drug trafficking? Yes, they are. They are guilty. But we sit here and look at these brothers. A lot of you clowns like to say, hold on. Ain't he the one who started all the problems in the community? But we know the real truth. We know the Crips Billboard really clandestine revolution in progress. And that the COINTELPRO and the feds assassinated a bunch of Carters that left the young Crips who were part of the Black Panther Party out on their own. Because of these brutal assassinations, all the leaders that existed in the 60s and 70s left us as youth with no leader, with no father, with no mother. So we here today to say we back again. Black power is back. And we demanded amnesty. We demanded clemency. We ain't coming with a hat and a handbag and a rope. We here today, united, and we say free Tookie. Like back in the day. The sky is the limit. Power to the people. Power to the people.
For what? For the people. No more, no less. It's just us. We the people. In God we trust. We the people. In the Most High name we bust. We the people. Sacrificing our life. For what? For the people. No more, no less. It's just us. We the people. The heart and the soul of every nation. Deliver us from evil. You are from gold and temptation. Unify the world in order to solidify a foundation of a newfound kingdom. For no other reason than for freedom. And not freedom of the physical like the physical body taught me. But spiritual, that's why the law never caught me. With the military bonds, when we got God, you can't stop me. Hold the word on the palm, we're going to war, man, just watch me. No rap, I say it. For too long, we procrastinated. The fact you hate got me infatuated. This rap, I take it and paper pass. No more fake it, make it last. It's an act of faith. In case of mercy, break the glass. I'm no longer bound to free. The devil bow down to me. I'm going over his whispers, I was blind now.
What's up, y'all? This is Billy Broham, man. We out here marching with the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put it down for Tookie Williams, you know, and that's what we doing. Everybody behind us, we marching and we doing it. That's what it's all about.
In the Most High name we bust. We the people. Sacrifice.
Let me live.
What? For the people. No more, no less. It's just us. We the people.
Hood news is good news.
We the people.
We got the brothers out here, people out here trying to save Tookie. And that's what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? This brother got so much impact and influence on the brothers on the streets that we got to go ahead and put it together for him. Y'all not going to see this. The media ain't going to show this. I'm going to show it to y'all. They going to cut it down and chop it up. I want y'all to see what the brothers out here doing, man. We got to stand up and be soldiers, man. You feel me? You know how I do it, Billy Broham, Hood News.
So Arnold, I'm asking you to do the right thing. I'm asking you to grant clemency to the human mind. Yes, you can make a difference on the Schwarzenegger. Yes, you can grant clemency to him. Do the right thing, because God is love. All these people out here love Tookie Williams. They love the thing that he stood for, and he stands for right today. He stands for change because he's been redeemed.
It's not about dollar power with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, it's about political power. And if you're going to let the political power interfere with someone else's life, because surely if you judge, you're going to be judged.
Gangbang. Okay. Now, the person that made it, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's all wired out right now. We got loose wires right now. We own whatever we see right now. But if this man could come and probably do it like he used to, you know what I'm saying? Come down, put it down, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what's up, man. That, you know what I'm saying?
So
it's 2005 now. Okay. Niggas got to live for a different purpose now.
Let me ask you a question. So what y'all saying is if they grant Tookie Williams clemency, right? If they don't execute him, okay? Just say if they don't execute him and they let him out, and he on the streets now, he want to come to every single one of y'all. Say, listen. He say, brother, I love you, and I appreciate you standing in this struggle from what you learned and what I brought up in you. Now it's time to come home. Well, are you willing to put down everything you have in your heart towards the gang you from and the other gang members you don't like, you oppose, are you willing to drop all that? If you loving them like that, are you willing to drop that for a brother that started?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For the OGs,
What you mean? What you mean, man? Everything is about money now,
sure.
dude.
Yeah.
What you
About
talking
the money.
about, man?
For
We
sure.
banging LA and brothership. That's what we need to start doing. Put that up there.
That a black brother got too strong, got too powerful, and they just trying to take him down.
For sure.
For sure, and I ain't feeling that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you, I asked them over there a question. Let me ask you a question. So since we not feeling that, if Tookie being the OG that he is, if they wasn't granting him clemency, and they wasn't letting him come home, and he come on the streets and say, hey, brother, it's time to let it go. Ain't no more blood and no more cripping. Let's put it all up. Let's go. Let's make it right. Are you willing to drop yours too?
I'm willing to drop that.
For sure.
I'll put that on B. I'm willing to drop that.
Okay.
For Tookie, yeah. To bring Tookie home, I did all that shit.
Back in the day when we used to have team posts on the west side and the east side, Ronald Reagan was the governor of California before he decided he wanted to do bigger and better things for the country. Well, what happened was he closed down the team post, and when the team post closed down, it wasn't an opportunity for the young people to go and hang out in order for them to have their cultural awareness. And so when you have a group of people that don't have anything to do on the streets, automatically they're going to find something to get into. And what they found to get into was a situation that was detrimental to us as a group of people. We started gangs. There's always been gangs in the city of Los Angeles as long as I can remember, from the businessmen to the Slauson to the gladiators. And all of a sudden we started hearing a name come out, and the name was Crips. Where did Crips come from? Who were the Crips, and what was their mission in life? Well, at this particular time, when I was associated with these people, what we was doing was just trying to get some organization together in order for us to be able to do something. The thing is that I have a disappointment from the killings out of UCLA that started this breakdown, the breakdown of communities, because two groups of people wanted to associate themselves with a group of people on one side that was about us and a group of people that was on the other side about us. I don't know why or where this breakdown came from, but in the movie Black Panthers, they did go over it between a group of people that wanted to call themselves United Slaves and a group of people that called themselves the Black Panther Party. Well, when those two parties was eliminated, only one stood up. And when the one that stood up was the United Slaves, all of a sudden we started having gangbangers. We started having Brims and Crips and Pyrus. I lived on 9th Avenue with T. Rogers. He was a couple of years younger than me when he came out here from Chicago bringing the Blackstone Rangers. I used to hang up in the jungle before it turned blood red, or before it was even a blood. Because back in the day, it was pants leg up, pants leg down for the OGs. The OGs will know what I'm talking about, because see, then, it wasn't no colors. It was all gangbangers. All of them wore the same kind of clothes, same kind of hats to distinguish each other from each other. All it was then was pants leg up, pants leg down on given days. You didn't know who was who and what was what until all of a sudden this color thing came.
Give us a little information about Tookie. What you know about Tookie?
Well, we used to, when we was kids, Tookie had 18-inch arms and he used to wear wife beaters and he used to drive around the city. He had a gold-colored Lincoln that had white walls on it and had Kragers. Everybody in the city knew who that was. I had a couple of encounters with Tookie when I was a youngster through some people that I met when I was at that age. And it was a cool encounter. I mean, it wasn't a negativity, but you know, Tookie was even as a young man, he was on swole. And when he was on swole, everybody was intimidated by that swole. Him, Big Jamil, you know, Barefoot Pookie, and Raymond. All of them was some pretty big men.
Tookie was out front, you know, and I don't know if that was, you know, a necessary thing, but he was out front. He was a big kid, you know. He looked like he could handle himself, you know. He put a lot of fear in a lot of people. They was afraid of his size, you know. His the little group that was always in back of him, you know. You know, they came strong, you know, a lot of times, you know. and they, you know, a lot of people gathered around him and stuff. So, you know, they was afraid of the numbers, you know.